Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel, Paulette Let's Talk TV. Thank you for clicking. I truly appreciate it. So let's get to it. What we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about marriage, the pretense of it and the realness of it, right? Remember guys, wearing a ring doesn't make you married. That is not what marriage is all about. So if you pass 7 years in your marriage, you get over what they call a 7-year itch. So give yourself a round of applause, right? And if you're working towards your 7 years, keep on working. You know, there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? This is coming from a girl who is talking of relationship and marriage over 30 years. So I have some experience in this department. So let us continue to talk marriage. Those of us who survive this long and continue to surviving. And those of you who looking to get into this club, right? So let's talk marriage. First of all, let us just bless the union of marriage. We're not bashing marriage, right? I'm a big supporter of marriage. Having a partner is a wonderful thing, but it must be the right partner. And you must know how to build up your partner, right? Yes, so that's what we're talking about, the positivity of marriage. You know, you have marriages out there, you know, we're looking outside in, it looks perfect, right? It's like it has no cracks. But let me tell you something, those of us who are in marriage is different from relationship. You know, there's some relationships what they call life partner relationship, okay, similar to marriage. We'll get into that at another time, whether the paper make it marriage or not. You go to the church and the pastor sign it and they say you're married, and the state say yes, you're married. That's the one we're going to talk about. We're not talking about the life partnership, right? That's a different kind of a relationship, and it has its own segment. Guys, sometimes you see marriages out there and you say, oh my God, those people are perfect. I wish my relationship was like theirs. Don't you dare wish nothing and wish anything to be like anything. Work on yours, find what works for you. If you see anybody who look to you like they have a strong marriage, have a conversation with them and see if they're willing enough and honest enough to share with you the real pros and cons about marriage. As a married woman, marriage have pros and cons, and my marriage is nowhere near perfect, because guess what happened? We live on Mother Earth. We live under the sun, so not no near perfection. But guess what happened? I can tell you I have a close to perfect marriage. Close to perfect, right? My husband is excellent, and I try to be an excellent wife, right? No, let's put that to the side. But let me tell you something. You see, if you're not building your partner up, expect problem. You see, if you're neglecting your partner, expect problem. You see, if you over build up your partner, expect problem, right? Yes, you have to find a balance. Too much of anything is not good, is what I am saying. Yes, that's the reality of it. And if you have a little situation and you go to the counselor, the pastor, or whoever you go to help you defrag a little situation, you're going through a little rough patch, and they look at you and I thought they were perfect. How come this have fall apart? There is no such thing as falling apart, right? Because if you married, you know that it's not perfect, right? You have weak links in the chain, right? The chain is long, you know, and all the other links are good, but the weak link can cause the chain to break, right? So before that chain break, you have to fix it. You reach out for help and you try to get it fixed. So this is what I'm saying, it's not perfect. But for those people who sneered upon others, right? But what I'm trying to say is, don't pass any judgment, and don't look at people marriage and say, oh my God, how they look like they're having a perfect marriage and they're having problems. Tell me, if you're in a marriage and you say that, you're a hypocrite, right? You're a hypocrite. Look in the mirror. Right? Look in the mirror. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not a marriage counselor, and I'm not telling you that this applies to every marriage. I'm just telling you that some of the things that I find work as a woman who's been married for years, right? Let me tell you, I'm a woman of a certain age, and I've lived and I've had some experiences. And I'm talking from experience here. One, finances. marriage fall apart over finance. They cannot find a way to navigate and understand their financial structure in their household. That's a problem. 2, neglect, right? Partners start to neglect each other, right? That becomes a problem. And neglect roll into taking each other for granted, right? And then when you stop dating, you see, when you stop dating, that's killer, because you can have the perfect financial situation, right? No issues, you see eye to eye, everything good on that. I'm not saying that you need to take some fancy vacation or you need to be, all of that, but find time to spend quality time out of the house. Out of the house, go to the park, go for a car ride, go outside, sit on the step, go in the backyard, but find time to have quality time out of the house, out of the master bedroom, if you know what I mean. Because that quality time is good, but it is not what seal that relationship. It is not the only thing that seal that relationship. You see that communication, you see that connection, you see that relationship building, you see that getting to know your partner, you see that place where you have an opportunity to feel comfortable to talk without judgment to your partner. Yes, that is what builds relationship. And even with that, sometimes you still get burnout. So then what am I saying? So what am I saying? What works? What works in the end is commitment. You make a lifetime commitment. And when it's rough, take a break. Take a mental break without your partner feeling like, my wife will leave or my husband will leave. Get to that place in your relationship that when you feel that you need a mental break, a physical break, overwhelmed, you need some me time, your partner understand that you're not abandoning them or you're not abandoning the relationship. You just need some time to be. You just need some time for yourself, right? And then you come back again. But a lot of people see that and think that that's a weakness in marriage. It's not. Sometimes you're in a place where you're emotionally overwhelmed, whether it be children or work or community, whatever it may be, stressed of lives. I would even say stress, but the things of life that gets into the way sometimes and cause us to be a little bit cloudy in the brain, because it do happen. And you feel that, who can you talk to? Who knows this person besides you? And you say, well, let me go share some information and bounce ideas. But sometimes your delivery of bouncing that idea and sharing that information, people take it as, oh my God, they're falling apart. No, we're not falling apart. Be careful where you take it. Know where to take it. Take it to your pastor or take it to a counselor. Don't take it to your friends and family and those type of people. No, because you see, when you move on from whatever it is that you went to discuss with them, they don't move on. You best believe they don't move on. They hold it. Because if you go somewhere outside of your pastor and outside of a counselor, I guarantee you're going to the wrong place. Be very selective where you go, because people are very judgmental. You go and you have this conversation or you vent something and they take it as if your whole marriage is a pretentious kind of a thing, right? And that's not the case. And then your situation sorted out and you're gone on and you're back in your happy merry place, right? But there are others out there who you share that information with, that look at your marriage and your life and your relationship and thinking that it is pretentious or thinking that you're falling apart, when in reality you're living your best life. You're living your best life. So I'm just saying that married people are sometimes very judgmental people. So be careful thinking that, you go to church and you're going to join the group, the women's group, and these are marriage people, and these are married people, and these are church people, and that they're not gonna cast any judgment. You can share. Be careful, don't overshare. Do not overshare. Take it to the man up top. Sit on it, pray on it, digest it, take a minute before you go out and talk to the wrong people. Because I guarantee you they'll pass judgment on your marriage, on your relationship, right? When that was just a moment in time for you. Not everybody has the ability to not be judgmental, right? And not be condemning, right? So be careful where you go with your information. I tell people, when they come to me to say, oh my God, P, how you and your husband, you're always together, you're always everywhere, you guys look so good together, you guys are made for each other. Yes, all of that is true, but it doesn't mean that it's perfect. It's not perfect. And you know what? As a married woman, I look at other people and say the same thing. And when they're going through rough patches, I will never judge. And I will never use that moment in time to condemn their relationship, to condemn something that they've built. I looked at it as, it's not perfect. That was just a rough patch. And look at them, they're going strong. So be very careful where you go looking for a listening ear sometimes, especially if your delivery is wrong. Because sometimes when you need a listening ear, your delivery could be wrong and you could be oversharing. But we're not perfect. We're all a work in progress. It doesn't matter how you look at it. And that's what I'm going to say. Right? That's all the nugget I want to share on marriage. We can go into the topic of marriage and pretentious marriages and real marriages and the struggles of marriages and the reality of marriage. We can go into all of that, but trust me, that needs segments, right? But for right now, I just want to thank you for clicking and driving to work with me. God bless you. Have a blessed day. And if you're married and you have a good partner, let me tell you something. It's not perfect. Build each other up, support each other, encourage each other, and stand by each other. And God will do the rest. Have God in the midst, right? That's first and foremost. Because when you have that, no matter what else come, trust me, they can't penetrate it. So be blessed. Take care.